Hello everyone and welcome to Great Games Before Your Time with the episode of Super Mario Land 2, 6 Golden Coins. This game is actually pretty fun, although I was never able to procure it until much later in life. The thing is, Game Boy games essentially were $30, and if we especially look at that price tag by today's standards, it's kind of a ludicrous price. For a game that's only about this big in size and has the graphical capabilities of displaying essentially 4 different colors. So when it came to the amount of money that I had to save up for video games, it was specifically mostly for newer games. However, I was able to track down a lot of older games that were used, such as for the Nintendo 64, the Super Nintendo, Game Boy, and so on. I never really was able to play this game before owning it on eShop either. The only memory I actually have of this was there was this kid at school who again had a super old Game Boy system and Super Mario Land 2, and since I loved to play video games, he evidently thought that I would be able to beat the final boss of this game for him, which is hilarious because I had never played this game at all. So let's talk a little bit about the actual difficulty of this game, because I would say it's slightly harder than Super Mario Land, but it's generally very easy and you can get through each individual level very quickly. I do remember I did die several times during the space missions. You have this pretty consistent difficulty through the entire game, and then when you finally get to the end boss, which is, by the way, Wario's castle, the difficulty just spikes like crazy. You have to play like this, I swear, 10-minute level from beginning to end, and there are no midways, or at least I certainly don't remember them, and it's insane. It's crazy. So interestingly enough, this is actually the first game in which it does introduce the character Wario, who has become a staple in the Mario universe. Wario is actually a Japanese play on Mario by inverting the M, and also the WA is kind of Japanese for bad, so it's kind of like this pun of Bad Mario, and so fittingly he is the end game villain in this particular game. But I would say these days he's kind of become that lovable character who gets to party with Mario in all of the Mario Party games, in addition to all of the other various spin-off Mario games that feature Wario as a playable character. There is an interesting power-up in this game, the rabbit ears. We'll see that in action through the playthrough, I'm sure. And another thing that I really appreciate about this game is it has a lot of originality. A lot of the levels are very unique and interesting, and honestly, by and large, have not been copied in subsequent Mario games. Whereas if you look at, say, Super Mario Bros. 3, where you have your grassland, your desert, your ice, like your every single level premise is basically beat to death like a dead horse in all of the subsequent two-dimensional side-scrolling Mario games, in which we have to have those exact same levels, sometimes in the exact same order. So in that respect, a game like this, Super Mario Land 2, is really nice because it's really unique and original, and honestly, when you get to play these levels, they're meaningful and special. Unlike, say, the Mario games of today, which just kind of seem to rehash the same things over and over and over again, which is actually ironic because remember, the original DS game, New Super Mario Bros., was supposed to be new. And what has Nintendo done with that? Beat a dead horse by rehashing that new concept over and over again. There's a right way, there's a wrong way, and then obviously there's the Nintendo way. Do any of y'all have your own memories or nostalgia based around this game? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this Prologue video. This is Great Games Before Your Time, and we'll see you in the playthrough videos.